quarterback Matthew Stafford is not expected to return to the Lions this offseason, with Detroit now listening to trade offers around the league. That will begin this week. And despite putting up great numbers, Stafford has, as you know, never found success in the postseason. He's 0-3 in 3 playoff appearances. His 282 career passing touchdowns are the most by a quarterback without a playoff win in NFL history. So we have a lot of people close to this story. Let's start with Adam Schefter, whose story it was over the weekend. Schefter, what can you tell us about Matthew Stafford and his future?
He's going to get traded, Greeny. He's not going to play again in Detroit, and the Lions are going to listen to offers and decide which place to send Matthew Stafford. And I think both sides welcome the change. It'll be interesting to see where Stafford winds up, and it'll be interesting to see the direction that the Lions decide to go. But he's played there 12 years. They've gone to the playoffs, I think, 3 times, have not won a playoff game. And I think both sides feel like it's just the right time to hit reset and move on. And I think there will be interest in Matthew Stafford. Turns 33 years old. I think it's next month. He has a contract for 2 years for $43 million, which is actually very friendly in today's quarterback world, friendly cap terms. I think the Lions think that they can get back at least a first-round draft pick in return for Matthew Stafford. And Dan obviously is well familiar with Matthew Stafford's abilities and what he would be able to bring to a team. But Matthew Stafford will not play again for the Detroit Lions. He's finished there, and they will wind up trading him here. And again, it should be pointed out, they can agree to a trade today if they want. They cannot process and formalize that trade and make it official until the first day of the league year, which is in mid-March.
Okay, fair enough. But that's something to be keeping an eye on, and you were right. He will turn 33 in February. Dan Orlovsky, you played with Stafford. You know him extremely well. I know how close you are. What perspective can you offer on this?
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing end for his career in Detroit. You know, I think one of the things that always stood out to me with Matthew was how big a deal it was for him to try and win one for that city. Like, it was a big deal to him. He wanted to be the guy that brought that city a championship. They just wasted a Hall of Fame caliber career in Detroit by mismanagement of rosters and all that stuff. And so it's the right time. I've said that for a while now. It's the right time. And the reality is this, Greeny, where he goes, that team, I'll say this. Whatever teams are in the Deshaun Watson running and the Deshaun Watson conversation, they should be into the Matthew Stafford conversation as well. And so wherever he goes, that team automatically takes a step forward. If it's San Francisco or Indy, those 2 teams, they become Super Bowl contenders. He's that great of a player.
Nick, where are you looking? If you're going to try and find a spot that you would be interested to see Stafford wind up, give me a place.
I think San Francisco and Indy are good ideas. I think Washington is a spot. But one team that we haven't heard much about that I think would be smart is the Broncos. Like, the Broncos have a ton of talent at receiver. And Matthew Stafford with Fant and Judy and Hamler, I think that he could go out there and really cook, and to pair up with that defense, hopefully Von Miller comes back near his MVP, defensive MVP level, or at least close to it. That team could be a problem for KC in that division.
Give me a spot, Danny.
I'll say San Francisco. I think San Francisco is the ideal spot for him. And again, if he goes to San Francisco, this team goes to the top of the NFC food chain. I mean, Kyle Shanahan has had 3 top 5 offenses with 3 different style of quarterbacks. This one would probably be, if Matthew goes there, he probably is the most talented one that Kyle has ever worked with. And it's a perfect scheme fit. They've got young receivers. If he goes to San Francisco, it's an absolute home run. In the NFL, Greeny, the NFL community will finally get to see how great of a player Matthew is.
And Schefter, you know, there's another team that hasn't been mentioned in this that will be looking for a quarterback, we expect, will be New England and Bill Belichick. So there's a lot of different places to keep an eye on. Schefter, final thought.
Well, Indianapolis also in the quarterback market. But look at the names we're talking about here. Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, maybe Aaron Rodgers, all the free agent quarterbacks who are out there like Cam Newton, Mitchell Trubisky. This offseason of quarterbacks is going to be like any other, Green. You're going to be unprecedented.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.